Hi, I'm Kate, and I'm going to share with you some of our popular books for middle and high schoolers. I want to start with some of our science books. This one, even though it says for ages 8 and up, it is still a wonderful reference book to have around the house to show some cool mysteries and marvels of science, and just to make science fun for all of us. So, Mysteries and Marvels of Science. Another great book is the Usborne Science Encyclopedia. This one's good for about ages 9 and up, and we also have one that is good for ages 12 and up. So it's a great reference book to have around the house. And beautiful, awesome, stunning pictures. So for instance, this is plants, new plants from old. And you can click the internet link to watch a video about how tulips grow from the bulbs. How awesome is that? Because I know we just planted some tulips as well, so I'm sure I could even learn something from that. So it has over 1,000 internet links. So this is something that they can definitely carry them through the upper elementary to middle and to high school as far as a great reference book. And it directs you to safe, researched internet links with some more cool pictures, sounds, videos, activities. So this is a great book to have around the house. I've sold several of these, whether to homeschool moms or to kids in school. Definitely in your middle and your upper grades, they're going to be using the microscope. And so this book is awesome, beautiful, illustrated pictures to show what you might see underneath the microscope. And then we have The World of the Microscope. And what makes this one different is this one's good for about ages 10 and up. And it's an introduction with projects and activities. So this will maybe show some pictures, but it also gives you some projects and activities that you'll be doing. So again, your middle and high school, they're probably going to do more with the microscope. So those are good books to have. Electricity and Magnetism, a little bit more text, but also still some illustrations to help make the subject matter a little easier to grasp and understand. So this is good also for 12 and up. I think it's great to always have some kind of a geography encyclopedia or one of our atlases in the home to be able to refer to different places around the world. This also has some stunning photography, talks about different places, beautiful maps. So this is definitely a wonderful book, an asset to have around the house for geography, because they will probably be, anytime they're learning about a different culture, different place in the world, this is a great reference to have to look at. I just wanted to mention quickly, of course, these are for 9 and up, so, but I believe that they would definitely be interesting for your middle and high schoolers. Our Coding for Beginners using Python, and then the one we also had, Coding for Beginners using Scratch. Definitely anything with the computers. I think it would be great to have an Usborne book on our artist or artwork. So this one is on famous artists. And the middle and high schoolers, they may select art as an elective, and so they're really going to they're really interested in it, and they might want to know more about, or they might be learning more about the different artists and their paintings, and maybe how they came up with what they were going to paint, and a little bit about the artist. So I like this personally for myself as well, because I really enjoy learning stuff about the art. As far as history, even though this is good for ages 8 or 9 and up, I think it's still also an awesome reference to have around the house. I believe around ninth grade, they do cover a lot of world history. And so this is all, again, a great reference book to have around the home. It's also internet linked. It may give pictures on what maybe ships look like, or maybe the castles look like, the clothing, the tools. So I know that they might have to start doing more projects. So this is a great reference to if you're having to recreate something. I know that with my daughter, we chose to recreate what jewelry may have looked like in the Babylonian time period for women. So these are great reference books to be able to see pictures and stuff like that. This is Timelines of World History. I'm excited about this as well. And at the top of the page, up here, it'll have like, okay, this is the Middle Ages. So then this section talks all about things in the Middle Ages. And then as then you go up and, for instance, here's the 20th century. So you'll have more dates and things and pictures from the 20th century. So this is a great reference book to also have in the home, because they'll probably be covering lots of these different, or all of these different time periods sometime in the school. The World Wars, I have sold this probably more to adults. They love this book, and certainly in your middle and high school grades, they will be covering the World Wars. So this is a combined volume of World War I and World War II. So photography, stunning photography, and stories and accounts of what happened in World War I and World War II. Greek myths is great. More text, an introduction to the stories. And more than likely they will be covering mythology in middle or high school. And I have a school that is big into Shakespeare, so I'm really excited about the complete Usborne Complete Shakespeare. So it will introduce like the play and the characters, and then you can read the play. But this is also cool because it will have some of the quotes from the play in the Shakespearean language. So this is good for 12 and up, stories of Shakespeare. Still some illustration, but it has more text and a little bit more content for your older students. And then we have some great reference type books for Shakespeare, and Usborne World of Shakespeare. And then there's Will is a really neat way to learn about the different plays by looking at learning a little bit about the stories, the plays, and some of the characters, and then you can go in one of the scenes and try to find the characters and the search and find there. Improve your survival skills. Great book for your older ones, your Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, or anybody that wants to learn about survival. I also sell a lot of these from the Discovery series. This is like artificial intelligence. Then we have like drones, and we have survival, spying. I've even had some adults buy these because they just like the facts and the information in them. So these are great. I sell a lot of the true true stories. Here's true stories of heroes, true stories of survival, true stories, crime and detection. And then some of our fiction books that are really popular for the older grades, the Last 13, The Debt, going to be good for your 14 and up, Sword of Cormori for your 12 and up, and Conspiracy 365 and The Phoenix Files. All right, thank you. Hope you enjoy.